Hello, it is the end of September now. We're going into October soon, and now is the time when Dollar Tree starts putting out their Halloween decorations. Probably the same for all dollar stores, but I'm going to be specifically talking about Dollar Tree. I don't know what the other ones have, as that's the variety that is all around me. We've got some boxes here that I like in particular and I look out for every year because they seem to have new designs every year, which is fun. You'd think they would just keep reprinting the same ones because they're all cute, but they give us a little variety each year. So what I like about these is they come in 3 different sizes. I don't usually pick up the big one because I haven't found them as handy for as much, but it's this little one, and I pick up 1 or 2 of the medium size that are really perfect for decks. The small one is just the right size to fit a regular tarot deck. They're a little taller, there's some extra space, but you can put a crystal in there if you like to store something with your decks. Or if they have a little guidebook, I suppose that would also fit in there perfectly. And they're designed, like the covers are designed. There's stuff on the sides. The edges look like book edges, which is cute. And even the top, this is just a solid color one, but in the bottom is also a nice color. You know, so you're not seeing like bare cardboard or something like that. So it's not extremely fancy, but for $1.25, it's more than good enough for me, especially since if you go into a crystal shop or otherwise look for tarot boxes, you know, once you get into the kind of carved wood ones, they're a lot more expensive, and I've got a lot of decks, so sometimes I want to store them cutely and don't want to spend quite that much money on them, you know what I mean? So that you know the difference between the sizes when you go in. Sometimes I would get confused. If I would go in and they only had the mediums and the large, I would think, oh, okay, this is the tarot size. And I don't need as many of these medium size, so sometimes I would be like, drats, I didn't need to get that. But the smallest ones are about 5 1/4. So you might want to measure that out on your hand, or just take like a little measuring tape with you. Honestly, I usually keep one in my car or my purse anyways, because they come in really handy for thrifting, estate sales, or random things like this. You know, I don't always go out and buy things that I want immediately, so if I'm like, oh, you know, I need some furniture that fits in this area, I'll just put the measurements and a measuring tape in my car and then hope I see one at a thrift or estate sale, right? This medium one is, it's almost right at the 6 mark. Again, this one was 5 1/4. This one was almost at 6. And then the largest one is at 6 1/2. So it doesn't seem like there's much difference between them, but you know, I really think it shows up, especially if you're tight on space and you really want ones that are just the right size and not too big. I can help to pay attention to that. So this one is the medium, spells and enchantments. And all of the colors or patterns, they come in all 3 sizes. So that's why I'm saying you can't just know what the patterns are. You could get all the patterns in the small size if you wanted and looked around for them. And same thing, the inside's got a pretty color. And this is good for larger tarot decks, like this is the Pastoral Tarot, which is a pretty large deck, or something like the Druidcraft would work for this, or it will hold oracle decks, because those 2 tarot decks are basically the size of oracles, right? But yeah, so this will hold, you know, a large oracle as well. Let me try out my oracle card I've got out. Yeah, that fits right in there, so. And this is it's actually from last year, so I don't think you'll see this one out and about, since they do seem to be doing new designs. It says fortune tellers, so cute. And this one, it's so large, I wouldn't bother storing any particular deck in it, even if I've got my really large circular decks. They're like slightly too wide for this box, so even for that it wouldn't be it wouldn't be worth it. So I just use them for random things. I only have 1 or 2 of them because, again, I try and avoid getting the large size. Right now I've just got the cards for my card study for when I record for the star. And they're at least handy for just throwing a bunch in there of different sizes. Let's see. So the other 2 that I got this year are, I love this one, The Gardener's Guide to Picking Poison. It's got some mushrooms on there, a little skull, and the foiling is so pretty, like for $1.25, and they even do different edges, you know. So they have a little fun with it, and I appreciate that. I don't know what other people do who don't buy them for cards. Like, I have no clue what other people buy these for, but I think they're very cute. And I've just got the Shadowscapes Tarot in here. I figured these colors were a nice match for this really pretty purple. And the last one I found so far, this Psychic of Salem, Tarot and Horoscopes, Life, Love, Money. It's got kind of the same thing over here. And yeah, all the sides are a little different at least. And this one I've got the Hedge Witch Tarot. I just thought that was really nice, basically a perfect match with this beautiful purple. Here. So yeah, I have a lot of fun with these. I enjoy going to get them. They can be like a little treat. They're a couple bucks. So I just look for one of each kind. I prioritize the little ones, and so I just pick up one of each year. Let's see. I can also show you, I do think that the dollar store gift boxes are handy for tarot or oracle storage, even during the rest of the year. I think Halloween are by and far the very best ones, but because I do pick up items at Dollar Tree on occasion, and there's just one on every corner, so sometimes I'll just pop in if I realize it's a new season and I haven't been in a while. So, you know, you can always check their regular party section for the gift box area, and a lot of the designs are hideous. I will tell you right now, I'm just like, how do they make these super cute Halloween ones that I just love? And their regular ones are, they're hideous. If you go in and you see them, you'll know what I mean. Okay, it's just like, it's like they picked these patterns and then just have not rethought them in 10 years or something like that. But let me get the ones that I actually have liked from other times of the year. Okay, I'm back with the other ones. This one I found around Valentine's Day. So I just thought, isn't it cute? Wouldn't it be good for like a romantic deck or something? Little hearts in there. This size isn't quite right. It's taller and it's a little shorter. It'd be fine for a mini deck. And as you can see, I've just got like the tiny tea leaf oracle in here. But yeah, it doesn't really match this one, although I guess the red kind of matches. But if you really didn't like a design on a box but liked the box itself, you could always use Mod Podge and just put whatever paper design you like over it, I suppose. I'm just a bit lazy, so I haven't done any of that. I've got plenty of storage, so no concerns. This one just looks like a little, like a leather briefcase. It's the perfect size for an oracle, so I just put this Witch's Anatomy in there. I just found this box the other day, I think. But I really liked that one. And this one, I think, was earlier in the summer. It just looks like an old-timey, like, cooler. And I've got the Great Lakes Oracle in there. And it's just those two oracles just came in huge boxes, and I live in a one-bedroom apartment, okay? I don't have room. These are ones that they have pretty frequently, just all the time, honestly. They're good for a larger oracle or a large tarot, like the Druidcraft or something like that. So they're not as handy because they're not quite small enough for my uses, but I'm sure at some point I'll get an oracle deck that I just want to have in a separate box. And then this other one I picked up during the holidays. The Christmas ones weren't really just a style that looked useful to me, so I didn't pick up many. I just got this one, and it's actually too big. It's bigger than the medium. It's actually one of those large ones that I really don't grab very often. So I'll probably just use it for miscellaneous storage, or I have seen some tarot decks that are about like kitchen witchery or something like that. If I end up with an oracle that this would be cute storage for, I'll use it for that. But I did like the design of it otherwise. Let's get a cute little whisk. And I can show you how I usually store my tarot decks, so how it kind of looks all together when I've got them in the boxes in my drawer. Okay, so now I've got this drawer open here, and this is why they work pretty well for me, because I can just flip them up. I don't really need to have them stored sideways, and then they just look cute. I think if there were ones that you didn't use very often, you might forget what was in them, perhaps. And these are the ones that you didn't see in the video are ones that were from last year. So see, they really changed up the designs quite a bit. There's another one there. This one here. And I love this little Tales of Terror one. I've got my Tarot of Vampires in there. So yeah, they work out really well for me here. I was also gonna say that if you wanted to have them on a bookshelf, I think that would work as well. I would just kind of set them in here so that they're angled with the bottom towards the outside. So do you see what I mean? So it's like angled that way. And then when you close it and set it, it should be fine. So if you wanted it to just sit on your bookshelf and then just see this out, I think that could be pretty space saving as well. And very cute. And I could see, you know, you might think, oh, well, I'd kind of forget what's in each one. Maybe it's just me, but I don't have that problem because of my card comparison videos that I do. I literally handle all of my decks. I look at all of my decks every month. I have to do that. So I just haven't run into that issue yet. So I still enjoy getting these cute little boxes and using those for storage. So yeah, all right. Anyways, I hope that is helpful, and happy hunting for these little boxes if you could use some storage options. All right, have a good day.